You know how sometimes life just hands you a moment so wild it feels like it was scripted for reality TV? That's what happened in our sleepy little cul-de-sac, Meadow Ridge, when a 60-ton M1 Abrams tank rolled in and a woman named Deborah decided she was going to take it down. My name's Ethan, a high school junior who spent most of my days dodging calculus homework and dreaming of making it big as a streamer. Meadow Ridge was the kind of place where the biggest drama was usually Mrs. Larson's award-winning roses or a heated debate over mailbox colors. Boring, right? Until the day a letter landed in every mailbox, sealed with an official stamp that screamed, "This is a big deal." The National Guard was coming for a weekend drill, and they were parking a Real live tank right by our community park for 48 hours. My little brother, Noah, who's obsessed with anything that goes boom, lost his mind with excitement. Me? I saw $signs epic livestream material that'd blow up my channel way better than my usual gaming rants. The neighborhood was buzzing. Old Mr. Callahan, a Vietnam vet with stories for days, started humming army tunes. Mrs. Jenkins promised her famous peanut butter cookies for the soldiers. It was all so wholesome, like a small town movie. But then there was Deborah. Deborah from 4 houses down, the self-proclaimed queen of the Meadow Ridge Homeowners Association's Neighborhood Beautification Committee, a one-woman show armed with a scowl, a clipboard, and an obsession with HOA-approved beige. She either didn't read the letter or decided it didn't apply to her kingdom of perfect lawns. I had a bad feeling, like the lag before a game crashes. Deborah versus a tank. This was going to be a showdown, and I was ready with my phone, streaming app fired up. The chaos kicked off at 7 a.m. sharp, I know, because Deborah later screamed into a 911 call like it was her battle cry. The ground shook, my orange juice did a jig on the kitchen table, and I nearly tripped over Noah racing to the window. There was a massive M1 Abrams, looking like a dinosaur parked by the park entrance. It was awesome. Then came a sound scarier than any tank. Deborah's voice, already at glass-shattering pitch, yelling, "This is a residential zone." I grabbed my phone, titled my stream, Deborah versus the tank, live from Meadow Ridge, and propped it on my windowsill. Deborah, in a silk robe clashing with zebra print slippers, stormed toward the tank like a furious squirrel facing a bulldozer. A young guardsman, Private Carter, stepped up, looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. He tried explaining the drill, the city's approval, the 48-hour limit calm, polite, professional. Deborah wasn't VYing it. "I don't care if the governor signed off. It's ruining the VYEW of my prize orchids." She started planting little red HOA violation flags around the tank's treads, like she was ticketing a double-parked Honda. My stream chat went nuts. "She's going to write a parking ticket," one VYUer typed. "Go, Deborah, go," another mocked. Then, the moment that sent it all spiraling, Deborah pulled out her phone and barked, "I need a tow truck now. There's a giant abandoned vehicle blocking the street." "Yes, it's by Gan SUV probably. Just hurry." "An SUV?" I nearly choked. 20 minutes later, a tow truck rolled up, lights flashing. Out climbed Big Mike, a guy built like he bench-pressed refrigerators. He took one look at the tank, then at Deborah, then back at the tank, his jaw on the ground. "Lady, you serious?" he muttered, loud enough for my mic to catch. My VYUers ate it up. "Big Mike for MVP," someone typed. Deborah, undeterred, waved her HOA bylaws like a sword. "Hook it up. I want this gone before my garden club arrives." Mike, shaking his head, fiddled with a tow cable, clearly regretting every life choice. Just then, a black SUV with official plates screeched in. Out stepped Sergeant Brooks, all mirrored shades, and "Don't test me, VY Bess." He didn't yell, didn't need to. "Ma'am, this vehicle is here under federal authorization. It's not MOVYing. Tow driver, unhook that cable unless you want to explain obstruction of a military operation." Mike dropped the cable like it was lava. Deborah sputtered about property values and VY Sewell harmony, even pulling out a hand-drawn diagram. Brooks just said, "Document this, Carter. Ci vuipsilon lian interference." My chat exploded. Sergeant Brooks for president. Day 2. Deborah came back swinging. Gone was the robe. She was in a fire engine red power suit, clutching a bullhorn like she was leading a revolution. My new stream, Deborah Day 2, Bullhorn Apocalypse, was already trending. "Attention, residents and unauthorized military," she blared, setting off every dog in the neighborhood. "This tank VY OLAT's Article 7, subsection D of our covenant." She was making it up, but delivered it like a courtroom lawyer. Private Carter looked like he wanted to dig a bunker. Then Sarah Mitchell, a no-nonsense ex-Army neighbor, stepped in with a laminated document. "Deborah, this is the city's agreement with the guard. It's legal." Deborah, through her bullhorn, screamed, "Fake news. That means nothing without my approval." Sarah handed the papers to Brooks, who looked like he was one deep breath from losing it. The crowd cheered Sarah. My chat spammed heart emojis. Deborah wasn't done. She hired Mitch's elite security, and outstepped Mitch, a lanky guy with a mullet and a utility belt sagging with a flashlight, fuzzy handcuffs, and what looked like bug spray. My chat dubbed him Captain Goofball. Mitch swaggered up to Carter, saying, "Soldier, you got a parking problem. I'm the solution." Carter pointed to the perimeter tape. "Sir, step back." Mitch, trying to look tough, fumbled his belt and accidentally sprayed a pathetic puff of pepper spray. It didn't hit Carter, but made Mrs. Larson cough on her porch. Sergeant Brooks muttered, "For God's sake," as two MPs escorted a whining Mitch back to his truck. My stream was blowing up. Local news started demanding for footage. Then Deborah crossed a line nobody saw coming. Sirens, police, fire, bomb squad screamed into Meadow Ridge. News choppers circled. Word spread. Someone, guess who, called in a bomb threat, claiming the tank had unstable ordnance. My mom yanked Noah from the window. Even I felt scared. This wasn't funny anymore. My stream, now titled Meadow Ridge Goes Nuclear, showed the chaos. Flashing lights, grim-faced cops, evacuated neighbors. The threat was fake, but the damage was done. Fear, cost, wasted resources. Deborah had turned our neighborhood into a war zone. Hours later, two black SUVs pulled up to her house. Two men in suits, radiating federal authority, knocked. Deborah started ranting, but one raised a hand, said something quiet, and her face went white. She looked small, broken. They handed her a card and left. My chat was silent, just shocked emojis. The next day, the guard threw a community barbecue. Kids toured the tank, now called Betsy the Beast. Deborah showed up in a beige pantsuit, scribbling notes, but nobody cared. Her power was gone. Then a media van rolled. Ingrid Voss, a notorious online host, ambushed her with questions. "Your HOA disavowed you. You filed a false bomb threat. Comment." Deborah stammered, tried to cry, but Gary tore her apart. My stream caught it all, going VY-RAL. The tank left the next morning, neighbors were VYing like it was a parade. The HOA banned Deborah from meetings, the city fined her, and her blog, Suburban Defender, became a joke. Meadow Ridge went back to normal, but we were legends. Now the place where Deborah tried to tow a tank. Someone left a toy tank on her porch with a note. "You missed a spot. Noah still asks when Betsy's coming back." My channel exploded. The local paper called me a teen journalist. My parents even eased up on the focus on calculus talk. Deborah's still here, tending her orchids, quiet, avoiding eyes. The tank moved on, but her legacy? It stuck in Meadow Ridge, a warning of what happens when you fight reality and lose spectacularly. So what do you think? Was Deborah a delusional tyrant or a misunderstood defender of her turf? Should she have backed down, or was she right to stand her ground? Could you have stayed calm, facing her bullhorn? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button, and subscribe for more wild stories.